I'm gonna come out and say that Luca is probably the closest thing that we have to Pixar's first feature-length gay film. Now, I'm not saying it is an out and proud, self-identifying gay film. It's not, but it is heavily queer-coded. Like, there's more than one way to read this movie. Most people will just see it as this sweet coming-of-age story about friendship, education, discovery, and saying yes to life. But there is totally some under the radar gay coding in this film. I'm going to talk about it later. So let's talk about Luca. Hey up guys! So today's movie that I'm going to be talking about is a new Disney Plus exclusive, Luca. I was so surprised to find that this film is available on Disney Plus for no extra charge. There's no premiere access fee. It's just free, like Soul was at Christmas. You can watch Luca absolutely free if you've got a Disney Plus subscription. So that was a lovely little surprise. But yeah, Luca is directed by Enrico Casarosa. And I can't help but think of Rowan Atkinson's character in Rat Race. Every time I hear the name Enrico, I am Enrico Palini. Now I know what you are thinking. Enrico is a girl's name. A race? It's a race! I hope I win. We're hauling ass. Alrighty. Yes, I am weird. What about it? This movie actually celebrates the weirdos of the world. Luca is Pixar's 24th film. It tells the story of Luca, voiced by Jacob Tremblay, a sea creature who, after some encounters with some human gadgets and gizmos aplenty, wants to venture up onto the land to see what lies on the surface. You're getting a bit of deja vu? You should, because essentially the plot is the same as The Little Mermaid. Despite the horrific warnings about the surface and humans from Luca's overprotective parents, Luca still ventures up to the surface with fellow sea dweller and friend Alberto, who's voiced by Jack Dylan Grazer, where they run away to the small Italian coastal town of Porto Rosso, where they partake in a triathlon of sorts with a local girl called Julia, who's voiced by Emma Berman. They hope to win this race in order to get enough money to buy a Vespa. Yep, you heard me right, a Vespa. God, this movie does for Vespas what Owen Wilson's character does for jet skis in Loki. And yeah, they plan to use the Vespa to travel around the world together. It's a sickeningly sweet story about the kids who feel like outsiders, finding their tribe and coming into their own. But like I said in my introduction, there is more than one way to interpret this film, even though the director Enrico Casarosa has said that his intention wasn't to make a gay film. It's undeniable that there is gay undertones in the story, whether you like it or not. But you can view this film through a queer lens if you look hard enough, because there is certain scenes that can be viewed as part of the LGBTQ experience. For example, you've got the two sea creature boys coming out of the hostile environment of the ocean and living their true, authentic lives on the land. They're also running around the gorgeous Italian coast, watching sunsets together. They have dreams of getting a Vespa together and traveling around the world, for God's sakes. I was getting vibes of Summer of '85, as well as Call Me By Your Name. And I know some people are gonna take offense to me even suggesting that a sweet, innocent Pixar film could be interpreted in a gay way. But believe it or not, this film is actually a wonderful thing for LGBTQ plus kids to have. Because I didn't have a film like this growing up. And just seeing that presented in a film, even if it's not intentional, it's all subtext and metaphorical, but it's there. And kids will respond to that. And I think that's a wonderful thing. It's probably the film's strongest attribute, in my humble opinion. But what did I think of Luca overall? I will say I really enjoyed it. It's hard not to enjoy a film about three scrappy kids who are self-proclaimed underdogs. The animation is gorge. The setting looks so inviting. The little details in the animation are impeccable, from the scales on the sea creatures to the pebbles by the shore to the freckles on the kids' faces. It's all exquisitely detailed. It's certainly got the goods, Luca, but for me, it still feels like a middle-tier Pixar film. Even though it's great, when you compare it to its brothers and sisters in the Pixar catalog, it does feel quite safe and conventional. The thing with Pixar movies is that we come to expect too much from them, because they themselves have set the benchmark so high for themselves. A perfectly lovely and well executed movie like Luca might not hit us with the same emotional resonance or impact as other Pixar movies, and it feels comparatively average to the ones which have touched us more deeply. Because, in my opinion, the best Pixar films are the ones which offer a personal, existential bit of insight. They have something profound to say. And with Luca, even though it does have a lovely message about friendship and traveling the world, exploration, education, it's been done before. And like I said, the plot is a little bit of a rehash of The Little Mermaid, so it has been done before. The ironic thing is, even though Enrico Casarosa has said that he never intended this to be a gay film, if this had have been intentionally made as a gay film, would more people have found it like a top-tier Pixar film because of how brave it would be to have Pixar's first feature-length gay movie? I don't know, it makes me wonder, would this have hit me more if it was an out and proud gay Pixar film? But because all the gay undertones are, well, they're undertones, they're not at the forefront of the story, they're just sort of there for the keen queer-eye observer to find if they want to, it still feels like it's playing it safe. And like I said, it's perfectly fine, it's a film that I wasn't blown away by, and that's fine. Not every Pixar film needs to be groundbreaking, but we always like it when they do. There's also this subplot where Luca's parents go up to the surface and they're wandering around Porto Rosso trying to find Luca to bring him back home to the ocean. But I found this subplot to be quite underdeveloped. We've already had a Pixar film explore the topic of overprotected parents learning to let go of their kids and live their own lives. That was Finding Nemo. And that was done with way more nuance and panache than this subplot did in Luca. Because in Luca, the parents, they don't actually go on an actual personal journey of self-realization and discovery like Marlin did in Finding Nemo. They don't have that journey. So by the end of the film, and they get to this point of acceptance, tolerance, and understanding of Luca, it doesn't feel earned because we didn't actually see them dealing with those issues at any point. All they do is throw cups of water at children and throw them in fountains to see if they can spot Luca. That's all they do in this subplot. It feels very weak and underdeveloped. Also, as far as Pixar movies go, this one feels more tailor-made for kids than it does adults. You know how people were saying Soul was more for adults and not sure if kids are gonna enjoy it? Well, it's the flip side of that for Luca. I'm sure kids will love this. Adults, not 100% sure of. Like, I think most adults will be able to at least watch it and enjoy it to a certain degree, but it's not going to move them in a profound way. So, yeah, it does feel more like it's aimed at kids, this film. It is an animated Pixar movie, so the kids should come first, shouldn't they? I am a fully grown man who wants to cry at a Pixar film, please. Is that too much to ask for? So let's ask them 3 questions. Firstly, would I watch this again? Yes, even though this isn't one of those Pixar films that I felt that immediate desire that, oh, I want to watch this again right away, it's still a film that I will want to revisit at some point. The little queer boy inside me loves this film and he definitely identified with it, so yeah, I'll watch it again. Question 2, do I recommend it for you guys? I'm gonna say yes again. It is a great family film. I think kids will enjoy it more than adults, but I think adults will be at least able to watch it without falling asleep. It ticks so many of the Pixar boxes. It's got humor, it's got heart, luscious animation, it's got a message, albeit a bit of a recycled one, but yeah, I would recommend it. And third question, what score do I give it out of 10? There's nothing outright bad about Luca. It's just the standard for Pixar is set so high that comparatively to all the other Pixar films, it does feel a little bit safe, predictable, and therefore a little bit average. So I'm going to give Luca a score of 7 out of 10. But as always, guys, it's just one bloke's opinion. I'd love to hear your thoughts on Luca. Whatever you have to say, let me know in that comment section down below. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up button. If you want more movie, TV, and Oscars content, don't forget to click subscribe, and if you want to follow me on any of my socials, all those links in the video description down below. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching. For more things related to movies, TV, and popcorn culture, I'm Luke Carefield, and I'll see you next time.